Never fear, Cinder is here. And today we have our Doctor Who Series 9, Episode 9 discussion video for the episode Sleep No More. Now, this is an episode in line with a lot of others in terms of taking something we're used to, an everyday occurrence, an everyday object, and making that object something we gotta be afraid of, or some variation of it, something we ought to fear. Going back to the first episode of the New Who, Rose, we have the Autons, which turn plastic into nightmares, using the mannequins, using a plastic dustbin, creating an entirely plastic Mickey. And I want to thank all of you on the Doctor Who Hub on Facebook who responded to my my post looking for examples of this. We've got quite a few. I'm going to read just a few of them here. We've got obviously the sleep dust from this episode, connections. You've got cracks in the walls. You've got dolls. You've got Christmas trees. You've got water from the waters of Mars, where the water turned people into these weird creatures and took them over. You've got murals. You've got snowmen themselves. And the dollhouse. Same episode where the wooden dolls are in. Those are just to name a few. And I do appreciate all of you who answered on there. I know I haven't read everybody's answers. There's quite a few of them there. And this episode again does the same. This one we talk about the fact that the sleep, the dust that gets in your eyes that you rub out when you wake up in the morning, turns into these creatures, evolves into these creatures who want to take over the world. And that's what we're dealing with this episode. So how does this happen, and how do these creatures work? What do they do? That's kind of this episode. But this episode in itself is a play off of another idea, the movie of The Ring. You're told, you got a video, you're told not to watch it. If you watch it, something bad's supposed to happen. And that's kind of what happens here, because one of the two ways that transition happens for the dust in your eye, your sleep dust, is going to be through the transmission of this video. So let's watch a little bit of what happens during the episode to get an idea of what these creatures are like and how they came about.
Morpheus is my invention. It's changed Triton society forever.
So how does it work?
The pod sends out a coded electronic signal that acts on certain parts of the brain. Changes the fundamental chemistry. It's disgusting.
The first method is this guy has created the sleep pods to take away sleep. That's the main thing of what's happened here. He's created this sleep pod, this machine called Morpheus, which will let you sleep, and then for like 5 minutes or something like that, and you get enough sleep for a month. Something along those lines. And what it does is it changes the mental processes to do this. Unfortunately, the side effect, the unexpected side effect was these creatures. He sped up the process so much, it messed up the people inside the pods, created so much of this sleep dust that it decided that it became alive and starts to wreak problems.
Sleep dust?
Sleep dust.
You're kidding.
What, do I look like I'm kidding? Is this a kidding face? Ask the crew of the station if they're kidding, or what's left of them.
But sleep dust.
Yes, the stuff in the corner of your eye. The stuff you wipe away every morning when you wake up.
That's ridiculous. This is getting us nowhere.
Okay, how, Doctor? How can those things be made of sleep dust?
Well, when we sleep, the mucus crust builds up in our eyes. Blood cells, skin cells, that's largely is human. But your meddling has evolved it, hothoused it. What used to be sleep in your eye has turned into a carnivorous life form.
But how does the dust become those creatures?
You saw what happened. The dust conglomerates, it molds itself into humanoid form. It's adaptable, it's clever.
Even cleverer than adapting into humanoid form.
Look, there are no cameras here. No CCTV, no helmet cams. So how and why does this footage even exist? The dust has been watching us. Each little organic speck, just a tiny spy, drifting through the air. The monsters have been with us all along.
And now let's make it even worse, even scarier.
And then there's this. That's you, Clara. That's you. Looking at me.
Me?
You entered the pod. The Morpheus process has begun.
Oh,
There's nothing here from Chopra's point of view. Because he refuses to use Morpheus, but everybody else is here, including you. You don't have a camera, Clara. But you will have by now. Sleep in your eye.
okay, well, we'll fix this. You will fix this.
Yes. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure you'll be fine.
There it is. It tickles, doesn't it? I've just got time to fit this bit in, and then I can finish the story, and then I'm going to transmit this footage to the whole solar system. I do hope you've enjoyed the show. I did try to make it exciting. All the scary bits, all those death-defying scrapes, monsters, and a proper climax with a really big one at the end. Compulsive viewing. I did tell you not to watch.
There's nothing left of Rasmussen anymore. Only us. Only us. He will show this film to your family, won't you? And your friends. And everyone, really. And then we can all be together. Dust to dust. Excuse me. You've got something. Just the corner of your eye.
And then, of course, we're left wondering, did that just work? Did the doctor actually stop this? Did he save Clara like he promised? Does he blow this thing up before this actually transmits to the world, to the universe? Do I need to be afraid of the sleep in my eyes? Gotcha. That's how these episodes work. They're great, but, you know, do we really want to be afraid of all these things? How many of you, when you see one of those angel statues, have to double check it's not a weeping angel? Interesting to think about, isn't it? We don't know the resolution. Of course, we know this isn't a real video because we're still sleeping properly. That's not being messed up. Our brain chemicals haven't been messed up by this video. It's not a real video, not the monster's real video, anything like that. Well, that's what's portrayed to be, is this monster's video. It's a great idea, though, isn't it? It's a scary idea. Especially as I wipe away something in my eye. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you've enjoyed my thoughts, the scary overtones of some of this. Hope you enjoyed the episode, of course, itself. This is Super Saiyan 7 Cinders. I hope you will continue to watch my videos and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. If you like this video, I hope you will like it. And we will be back with more content here in the near